So hi guys, this is a slightly different setup here. I'm actually sitting at my writing bureau desk in my room rather than at the desks over there where I normally film, and you can tell from the lighting that it is much later at night. I just don't know where to find the time to film at the minute. It is just so hectic, and I've been thinking about the types of things that I want to do on my channel, and there's so many things every day that I do or I think of. I just think, oh, it would be really nice to share that, but how to put all of those ideas into a video format. And then I thought, well, I could just generally vlog. So I've done one vlog on my channel before and really enjoyed it, but I was just wondering if you guys, can you hear Tilly? Tilly's next door, in the bedroom next door. I just wondered whether you guys would sometimes like just a more casual vlog and the types of things I'm doing. I mean, really, this last month and a half I've just been going all over the country with my one daughter. We're doing university open days, which has been so much. Like at the weekend I did 12 hours driving in 2 days, as well as long days walking around universities. But it's also been just so magical. I think as a single mom of 3 teenagers and one with complex needs as well, I think just to sometimes get that one-on-one time with any of my kids is just, it's so magical. So I'm not moaning. It's been wonderful, and I've seen some incredible cities. We've been to Cardiff, we've been to Bath, we've been to Oxford, which I showed you on the channel a few videos back, and it's just been so wonderful. Now at the weekend, the last university we went to, it's actually a university really close to our heart, Aberystwyth, which is like our second home. So on most of the university visits I haven't filmed because it's not my day, it's not this channel's day, it's a day to focus on my daughter, and I'm very keen to keep days separate. On the last university visit, my daughter just went to check on something for a few minutes, and I was left waiting right by a room full of a ceramic art show. So I did grab this footage. This is the only footage of an entire 18-hour day that I managed to grab, because like I say, it is a day where I was focusing on my kids, and I loved this display. So this is the downstairs room in the art centre, and they do ceramics, and they've got old ceramics in there in the back, but they also have a changing exhibition of modern day ceramics. And I just loved all of these boars and wild pigs and the wild drawings with them. It's that I love the most. And I've just been thinking about how much I love the drawings, and I thought I wished I'd have pulled some cards again from A Deck for Wonder Walking, just because it was the one thing that grabbed my attention. I wonder if it would have come up in the cards. So I've just pulled some cards in retrospect, and I thought, gosh, imagine if the fauna card came out, so animals. Because there's a flora card which came out when I went to Oxford, and Oxford was of course full of plants, and then a trip to Aberystwyth where I was blown away by the ceramic boars. Would the animal card come out? Look what card came out, the fauna card. You just can't make this stuff up. I could not believe it. And if I go to the book, it says, well, this is the pull out mini guide that's in the box. It says of fauna, there's Tilly laughing, it says of fauna, observe or embody nature's creatures. Let your favourite fauna sighting today inspire a project. And I also pulled out 2 other cards as well. I pulled out Connect and Story. Let's just see if we can bring these 3 cards together. So the Connect card says stories, perceptions, history and land crisscross in an internal web. What do you connect with? And it's funny because one of the things we were saying as we were walking around Aberystwyth University was Poppy was talking about all the history we have with Aberystwyth and that art centre where the university is, and how she almost wonders whether it would be a bad thing to go there for university, because it does connect with her history of being on holiday and all the stories of being on holiday, and would it ruin it as a holiday place for her? So we had that conversation right next to the ceramic exhibition. So the sighting of animals that caught my attention, with talking about the connections to the place and the stories that are tied up in the place as well. So that's what I've been doing tonight while the kids are playing with their friends on computer games and Tilly's laughing at books and it's winding down to bedtime. I've just been pulling cards from A Deck for Wonder Walking in retrospect. So I've loved doing that. I tell you what else I need to do. I also need to pull new cards for my altar, so I might do that now as well. What I've got here, I've got the Weaver's Oracle. This card has been out for ages, so has this one. I have to be completely honest, my meditation practice has really fallen by the wayside. I feel like, to be honest, oh my gosh, I'm completely sidetracked from what I was about to say, because this is the Copper card, number 38, the Shaman Weaver of Rivers, is the very first card I ever sat and meditated with for a month. A whole moon cycle I meditated with this card, and it was the most impacting card ever. And why is she the only one that way round? What? That literally feels like the deck is calling me back home. What? I am blown away by that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see what weaver comes out, and we're going to keep this weaver out for a whole month. I think it's about time that I got back into my meditation practice. So we've got Vessel, the Shaman Weaver of Oceans. So she can go out there. Vessel, I love the colours of that card. Look at the colours on that card. Isn't that gorgeous? And then with that, I'm going to pull a Ritual Oracle card as well. So my tarot practice, guys, is kind of done in moments like this. I've still got half a kitchen to do downstairs after cooking all the kids' curry. They all wanted curry tonight. Right, Contemplate and Vessel. I love those two words together. Yeah, so I've still got half a kitchen. I gave up after halfway through. There were so many pans. I've still got bins to go and put out, which will mean putting my shoes back on, which just feels really unkind. But my tarot practice is often grabbed in moments like this. And is the microphone picking up how squeaky this wicker chair is every time I move? So yeah, this is Lucy's deck. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is Lucy Tipper's deck. Lucy is on Instagram. If you search on Instagram Lucy Tipper, you will find her work, and it's just the most beautiful teeny tiny little mini deck, and I love it. So good, I've got those two out. Now what I'm going to do with these now is I'll spend time reading the entry in the guidebook, which does take work. It's like a story, and then I'll put some meditation music on for 10 minutes and I'll light some candles and we'll do a meditation and just see what comes up. But I'm not going to meditate just yet because I've got to go and put the bins out. Oh my gosh, I live such a glamorous life, and before I put the bins out I've got to go and get all the dog poo up off the patio because I want it in the bin. So the glamour and the joy of owning 2 big dogs, so let's go and do that. And if picking dog poo up in the semi-dark wasn't glamorous enough, it's also raining. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you dog poo, but I'm going to show you the flowers. Look at this, with 0 effort from me. It just looks so gorgeous. Again, I haven't been out here. Roses have gone over. It's such a mess out here. Look at the kitchen at night. You can see through to my kitchen. Oh, and there's a bird up there. And my dog here sniffing for next door's cat. Right, let's get out of this rain. Let's get this patio cleaned. I love this time of night when the lights come on over my desk here in the art studio. You can hear the rain, but the bins are done, so that's good. The kitchen isn't. Oh. So my weekdays, if I'm lucky, start at 5, and I manage to creep down the stairs. Rupert's always desperate to go out in the garden, but I've started grabbing this first half an hour to have a coffee and to sit and read. I'm really trying to up my reading, but every time, the second I sit down with a coffee, that's when Luna decides she wants to go out. It's like a little pattern, but I'm using these little moments to try and increase my reading. So it is now 12 o'clock. I am just in, still without my hair brushed from 5 this morning. Still no makeup on. I had to pop over to a friend's house after the school run, help her with some jobs that she had to do because I wanted to help. It's her birthday, so took some flowers and a card over for her birthday, helped her out. I'm back here now. Whew, I've got Paulie Poppy upstairs, so I've got about an hour before I'm back on the school run, so I'm going to grab a coffee. I'm going to do Poppy some lunch to try and perk her up a bit, possibly go searching for a COVID test. We're looking like we might be on those lines. Fingers crossed it's not. Do they still do COVID tests anymore in the chemist? I'm not sure. I'm absolutely pooped. I'm going to put the kettle on and sit down for half an hour. So I forgot that I didn't have the school run to Stratford today. So when I said I'd got about an hour before the school run, I don't. I have about 2 hours. So I am coming out into the garden just to see if I can get something done. What I'd like to attempt to do is to clear up to under the tree. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. So currently the path to the table under the tree has got like big brambles and there's all sorts going on out here. You can really see that this has just really been left to go wild. So I need to just come out here. Oh my gosh, but look, you see that purple? First buddleia flower ever. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Right, okay. I need to go and get some gloves is what I need to do. The other side, it's just so gorgeous. I love my garden. It's so overgrown. But this is what I need to start doing. I need to start grabbing these hours or, extra half an hours. It's the only way I can do it. Okay, gloves. So that is half an hour, 1 bucket full of weeds. You can't quite get through yet, but it's a lot better. Look, I can see the fern. I can see the moon sculpture. Here come the dogs. I've split this and spread this a little bit. Luna's fascinated that she can get through. We can kind of just about get through what we can get through to now though, even though look, it's an absolute mess. And even though you can't get through here, but we can get to the buddleia. Look, I am so excited. Right, it is very, very muggy at the minute. Very muggy out here. It's been raining all day. It's also very soggy. but it's almost too muggy to work, you know, when it's that horrible sort of muggy feeling. Oh, that Lavatera that's self-seeded is just coming into flower for the very first time, and it's a lilac one. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can grab. So it's actually a lilac one. So in this garden I had pink, and then lilac kind of developed from nowhere, and then this self-seeded over the winter, so it's growing out from here. So that's cool. But look, it's nice to be able to see that again. It's so crazy out here, it's such a mess, but it is what it is. And look, the oh my gosh, I always forget what these are called. Not great for horses, although horses do know not to eat it, but I'm not in any meadows near horses. And there is a set type of caterpillar that is black and yellow stripy that absolutely adores these, so that's why I let them grow. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm beginning to look at what I haven't done rather than what I have done, which you shouldn't do in a garden, I don't think, because then you put in bad energy into the garden, you put in overwhelm, and the plants are doing fine. They're doing fine without me, thank you very much. It's only my ego wanting it to look like a pretty garden that's suffering here. So let's just chill. Let's just embrace how fantastic that fern's grown in the last 3 years. Hasn't it, Roo? Is it good? Gosh, he's going so grey. And I'm just bringing the tools in, and look at the wall. That is so beautiful, that ivy that comes back every year on the wall. Just love it so much. And then before you know it, the kids back from school. Look, Tilly made me this amazing picture. She also brought back some cooking that she'd made. She was asking for it for tea and showing it to me. She's so lovely. I love when I get the drawings from her and when she's got cooking to show me. And then after dinner, this is often how I spend the evening. Tilly loves to play with water and bubbles and bath bombs, so she often gets in the bath and she does pop quizzes with me while I wash some of my secondhand thrifted dolls. I found I've always got a mountain of thrifted dolls and dolls' clothes to wash. So it's the next day. I've just got Tilly onto the school taxi. I've got no mic on my phone, so the audio is probably terrible. Different top, still no makeup. Just waiting to get into my bathroom because the kids are all in it at the minute having showers. Just about to do the school run. Plan for today. What's today's plan? I think I really want to do at least 100 pages of reading. I'm trying to study Anne Hathaway at the moment, so I might even stop off at the cottage on the school run. Do the reading there, why not? And I've got some admin in town. I've got to go to the bank. I've got to take a library book back. Really like to finish off that little run up to the table and to wash down the table under the tree. Really want to do that today. And hey, how about a week of spread for the week? Because it's now, what is it? We're now on Wednesday and I still haven't done my tarot spread of the week. This is how days get away from me. So that's the plan for the day. I'll do something with these doggies. So here I am on the street where Anne Hathaway's cottage is. This is my school run. I've just finished dropping all the kids off. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot. It's stopped raining at last. Look how lush all the gardens are though from the rain. I just love it here. This is where I drop one of my kids off for school, and here's the cottage. But across the road through this gate there is a stream where I can look back at the cottage, and there's a little bench, and I love to sit and read here, especially when I am reading about Anne Hathaway. So what have I got? I've got If Women Rose Rooted, which I'm loving. that's my library book to return. Look, I've always got a backpack of books and decks. So Germaine Greer, Shakespeare's Wife, it's so good. I've got my reading bag as well, which also has another book in. It's also got, look, the Shakespeare Tarot. So I'm going to pull a card, I think, for the day. And the play, The Taming of the Shrew. I have wanted to read loads and loads of Shakespeare plays this year, but look, I've only read that much of one play. And amazingly, I pulled this card again, the Six of Cups, which I absolutely adore, but I pulled it the last time as well when I was at Mary Arden's house, Shakespeare's mum's house. So I read for an hour and then it was 10 o'clock and that's when the cottage opens, so I decided to stop reading just to go and check out the garden, see how the garden has changed, and it was just a complete delight. And I couldn't bear to leave without doing a little walkthrough of the cottage itself again, just basically to chat to the staff who are always so wonderful. Also to see if I pick up any voices again. The last time I was here I picked up whispers in the upstairs room. Again, the staff today reiterated that upstairs is where everything paranormal happens. And look at this wonderful complete circle of wildflowers. These are fox and cubs and I love them. So yeah, it was just wonderful to walk around the garden. But one of the best things was the fact that the last time I was here, the orchards were full of blossom. This time it was totally different. The blossom had gone and the apples were out. It was so gorgeous. And also, because the trees now are full of the leaves, you can really get a sense when you walk into the next orchard of how many different types of trees there are. You'll see that in a moment. It was just magical. Look at all these different leaves. I just loved it so much. And also, again, a big change in this hedged circle. It was full of white and purple clover. So beautiful. Not quite as beautiful as my local town. This is after doing Anne Hathaway's cottage, returning my library book. I had to return a library book, go to the bank, do lots of those little jobs that can steal a day away. And I am not kidding, I was pretty disappointed with the art section in the local library, but I did manage to find this book. One of my study quests at the moment is learning more about the pre-Raphaelites, one of my all-time favourite art eras. So I went in looking for pre-Raphaelite books. They had one, but one's better than none. But flicking through it when I got home, it made me realise just how big the collection is in Birmingham Art Museum. This picture here, the blind girl, is hung in Birmingham. I've seen it a number of times. It's absolutely beautiful in real life. It's made me want to go back to the art gallery in Birmingham. I think they actually have the biggest pre-Raphaelite collection in the world, and flicking through this book, I've seen most of them in Birmingham, this one as well. So yeah, it just took my breath away actually, how many of these pictures I've actually seen in real life. And it's just such a beautiful, wonderful, romantic time in art history. I just love it. So I am not even kidding. Yesterday I got back from town, tried to do the admin job, realised I'd missed some important things that I needed uptown. So today I'm just about to head back up to town for more admin work. And it's also 10:30. I've only just got back from dropping all the kids off. So another day, another university. This time Warwick University. My middle daughter is over there working in the labs today for science. Warwick University, what is up with your sat-nav postcodes? I've never driven into Warwick and Warwick University without getting horrifically lost. This time I put in the postcode for the part of the campus she needs. We pulled up next to a sign saying that campus. 20 minutes later, as I'm driving back down the motorway, I get a frantic call from her saying I'm in completely the wrong place. I'm a 20-minute walk away from where I need to be. At that point, I couldn't turn around. Thank goodness she got to where she needed to be, but we've never done it without being totally and utterly lost. So it's 10:30. I haven't even started my day yet. Right, town, admin jobs. Let's see if I can get home before 12. Let's see.
Thank you very much, thank you. The reflect, now it's short, thank you. The reflections come to the breeze. My head on Juliet, on Tom, and on Tom. I think you're going to be
It is 11:32. Just pulled up on the driveway. I've got everything I needed. Also stopped in the charity shop looking for dowels. Always looking for dowels. Didn't find any dowels. Did find a flowery top for me. It probably won't fit. Absolutely nothing is fitting me at the minute, even though I keep upping and upping the sizes. I found a beautiful little dress that might be lovely on Poppy. That's all I found. Okay, let's go and get that admin job done. That this isn't boring. You're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to tell me in the comments if you think this is super boring, because I'm just doing normal everyday things. I like watching people do everyday things and sharing their life, but it depends if you like it or not. I just love it. I don't know why. It's a bit like journaling for me, but visually. Right, let's let myself into this house and do admin work. Listen to the busy road behind me. Got roadworks at the minute. It's so noisy, and you should have heard it last night when England won the football. There was a pub at the end of the road, and although I wasn't watching the football, I knew we'd scored because the whole road erupted with cheers. So anyway, onward and upward. So finally I am the other side of that admin job that I was dreading doing. I was quite stressed, so I decided to open a circle, a magic circle, light some candles and do my first meditation around the cards that I pulled yesterday, a new weaver and a card from the Ritual Oracle. Oh my gosh, guys, so I did a 20-minute meditation, which you will have saw. I actually opened a circle for it and did like a full-blown 20-minute meditation. Also, I got the call to, hello, look at my lovely socks, got the call to use my drum, so I did a drumming meditation. It was incredible. I got the call to go and pull some stones, so I opened the circle and just grabbed a couple of stones out of a pot of stones. Okay, I'm going to have to do some journaling and some art journaling about this, because it made me cry. It made me cry. It was elemental. It was shape-shifting. It included the liminal space where air meets land and where the sky meets the ocean, which I've done videos about, that feeling of magic where the sky meets the ocean and then back to shore again and then into rock, and like lines turning to feathers, and then I realised the contemplate woman had got feathers. Honestly, it's that made me cry. And then the final shape shift back into a woman, but holding the strength of rocks. I thought I need to go and grab some rocks to hold, so I just reached into my box to grab some rocks. In the dark, 'cause I'd got the lights off, as you saw. When I'd finished and the lights came on, I looked at the rocks. Now, is this just me? But look at the pattern in this rock. One of you guys commented about ages ago about looking for rock people in rocks, and I've always done it since. It really struck me as something wonderful. But can you look at this woman, the shape of her face, the fact that she's got the line on the fringe on her chest, which is mirrored there. She's also got the belt, which is also mirrored, and just the shape with the hood. Hello, even the texture of like her tunic with the texture of this white on the rock. Okay, so that blew me away. So then I thought, well, let's look at the other rock. So can you see like a face here? Like this dark patch here is like the eyebrow and an eye. That little dent there, another eye. You've got a nose there, and then that big crystal dent there is the mouth. And if you turn it sideways, it's kind of set against like a white circle that looks like a moon. Hello, can you see this? So the faces that I found in my stones that I grabbed, I think are mirroring the two cards. That blew me away. Plus the shape-shifting element of the vessel, and like this card, it talks about like the woman shifting into a bird and flying in the freedom of air, and then seeing the ocean below and shifting into a selkie. A selkie, for goodness sake. That's one of my biggest symbolisms in mythological creatures, is the selkie. I just can't explain what the selkie myth means to me. And then she becomes a selkie, and then the selkie swims along the shore, and she sees a woman walking on the shore, and she shapeshifts into the woman, but the woman like holding the strength of rock. It's like a shape-shifting journey. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing, and it is going to warrant and need some journaling. So, oh my gosh, to be meditating again, and then for it to just feel so wonderful. And before I started meditating, before I'd even read what the vessel was about, I ran downstairs to my apothecary and got my bindweed flower essence, which I haven't felt the need to use, but I just got a strong message to go and take some bindweed flower essence before you start. So I took a few drops of this, and for me it's about transforming and breaking bonds, and the whole card is about transforming and shape-shifting to feel that freedom to break bonds. And the whole thing was just amazing, with the selkie thrown in as well. It was just, oh my gosh, it was so good. So finally I got to pull not a week ahead spread, because it's now, what is it today? It's Thursday today. This, I just thought, you've kind of missed the week, Candy. You've missed it. So I actually did a tarot reading for today, and look, don't you know, the Six of Cups came out again. So we got the Six of Cups yesterday on the bench by Anne Hathaway's cottage. Oh my goodness, it came out again, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, which kind of is pertinent because this middle card is like, where am I at now? And don't you know that my this is my 12-month, my year ahead spread. So we're all in a strength year. I'm actually in a devil year. So those two cards have stayed out. Hello, do you all want to just stay up there? But this month's card is Seven of Pentacles. So where am I at now? Seven of Pentacles. Yep, we already knew that. Six of Cups. Five of Wands. And this Five of Wands is a card that I really talked about in my initial impressions. It was a card that we discussed in the comment section. It was a card that the artist herself spoke to me about, and it's come out in every single reading I've done so far with this deck, which, spoiler, I am going to do an updated video about this deck. Where do I stand on it now? This is a spoiler. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Ace of Cups as the underlying energy card. So real synchronicities there, real like unusual magic. But then I pulled a oracle card to go with the reading. I've been working with this amazing oracle. Another spoiler, I love this too. This is the Rooted Woman oracle. It's just fantastic. And I did this reading after my meditation, where we had that card with the cell key, and it was just, it blew my mind that there was a cell key in there. Hello, another cell key, plus the fact that it's water again. The call of water this month has been just literally unbelievable. But a Selkie card, guys, after a 20-minute meditation where Selkies were part of the astral travel that I did. What? So guys, I think I am going to stop the vlog there because it's getting quite long. That was about 3.5, 4 days worth of vlogging. I think, I can't even remember when I started. I've just got to edit this all together now. I've loved it, just like a visual diary, decks I'm using, and like just magical moments, things that I'm reading, the garden. It's just a nice way of sort of clumping sort of creative magical living all together. Let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed this style of video. I'd love to know, and I hope you did. I hope you did. You might not. You might have thought, gosh, this is boring because I just have got such an ordinary life, really. Like, I'm not skydiving or traveling the world. But so I don't know, it might have been horrendously dull and boring. So if it was, still be kind in the comments, please. But let me know. And thanks anyway for watching. If you're still here, then wow, thanks guys. And I'll see you next time. I might vlog next week or even tomorrow. We're going into Tilly's last week of school. She's been there since she was 5. She's now 18. It's going to be an emotional one next week. I might have an emotional vlog next week. Who knows? So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.